Hello, good Friday. My name is Kara Reno, and I am a student at John A. Gupton. And today I'm going to be making 2 ears for you for the Restorative Art Lab. So let me move this down here so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. As you can see, I've got my median out and I'm just working it with my hands and massaging it out. Already done some of that. And I've made a small wedge, and as you can see, the front or interior side is thinner, which it's supposed to be, and the back side thicker. So now I'm going to make my helix, which is the outer rim of the ear. Now, I tried it Dr. Steve Span's way with the indention, and I think my fingers may be a little bit too wide and chubby. So I'm actually going to make a worm out of Play-Doh for the outer part, the rim, the helix of the ear. So just bear with me. This may take a little bit longer. And as I am making the helix, I am also making a raised portion in the center of my ear to make the anti-helix. Okay. See there? A raised portion. So I've got my helix and my anti-helix. And now I'm going to make a little indentation with my finger at the top of the anti-helix to make the triangular fossa. Working that with my finger right there to make the triangular fossa. And then the two sides on either side of this indentation of the triangular fossa are the cura branches of the anti-helix. So see them right there. So now that I've made the triangular fossa, I'm going to come right here and make an indentation in the center 1/3 of the ear to make my concha. Which I think I'm saying that right. I always want to say concha, but that's not correct. So there you can see I've got my helix, my anti-helix, my triangular fossa, the cura of the anti-helix, and the concha. So now I'm going to be adding a little more Play-Doh. To add the rest of the helix going into the concha. Just take a little time here to kind of blend that together. Flip it a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Now that I've done that, I will be making a little triangular wedge to make the tragus, which is actually attached to the face instead of the ear. And the tragus gives protection to the external auditory medius. So, try to make this look as natural as possible that you can with Play-Doh, I guess. And so there's my tragus. Now that we've done that, I'm going to make a small portion. I'm going to make a bump at the top of the earlobe to make the anti-tragus. Try to make it as natural as possible. It's at the top of the earlobe. And I'm going to kind of make a little bit more indentation here. And here we have the left ear. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is the right. Let's see that more up closely. The helix, the antihelix, the triangular fascia, the cura branches of the antihelix, the concha, or the concha, the antitragus, or the tragus, my bad, and the antitragus right here. And here's the left ear. Okay, so now I'm going to be doing the right ear. So if you're looking at it this way, it may be confusing, but obviously if you're looking at it here, this will be the right ear. So I've already made the left. As you can see, I've already gotten some of my median. And I've made the wedge again, thicker here and thinner up top. And now what I'm going to be doing is making the helix, which is the outer rim. And again, I know this takes a little more time, but it's worked better for me for some reason to do it this way. So I'm making the helix. Trying to smooth it out there. Okay, there we've got that, the helix. Now I'm going to be making an indentation here towards the middle for our anti-helix. At the top. medial plane up here, so you can see. And now I'm going to be making an indentation up at the top. Now this indentation is the triangular fossa, the top of the antihelix. See if we can see me flip it over here. And on the two sides are the crura branches of the antihelix. So there we have that. And then I'm going to come here and make an indentation, again in the 1/3 center of the ear to make the concha. You see that right there? And then what I'm going to do is make a little bit more of a worm to make the rest of the outer rim of the helix going into the concha. Kind of work it with my hands here. So there you have that. Now I'm going to make a little triangular wedge for the tragus, which again is actually attached to the face. Try to make it look as natural as possible. My little tragus. Try to blend it in here. And this gives protection again to the external auditory medius. So my tragus right there. And now that we made the tragus, I'm going to make a little bump at the top of the earlobe to make the antitragus. Let me see here. And again, making this look as natural as possible. Kind of working it out a little bit more with my hands. And here we have the right ear, the helix, the antihelix, triangular fossa, the crura branches of the antihelix. Then over here we've got the concha, the tragus, and the antitragus right here. And now we have the right ear.